think they support you. They don't. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to... I think one thing that Jesus said was, the thing that I think maybe brought the Roman Empire down was because the emperor of Rome was God. And what Jesus was saying is, no, he's not God. Hey, it's Alan here. I want to talk about Auntie Lemello. Stop fixing yourself. And in here, okay, I don't know if it's in here. This is an Auntie Lemello story. I think it's in this book. I've read this one. I've read a couple of other ones. But this is an Auntie Lemello story. Okay. He talks about the story of feeling supported by the people around you. Feeling supported by people around you. And he says, you think people support you? They don't. You think people support you? They don't. Nobody supports you. And he goes as far as saying, you think people love you? They don't. And not only do they not, you don't need them to love you. The only need in this world, this is not me saying this, this is not me saying this is Auntie Lemello. I don't know if I believe this, I'm just trying to understand this concept. He says the only need in this world is to love. You need to love. So you need to love the people around. You need to love the beautiful area you live in. You need to love your kids. You need to love your family. The only need is to love. To be loved. You don't need to be loved. In fact, nobody can love you, and you can be as happy as possible. This is Auntie Lemello concept. Now, he says, you think people support you? They don't. They don't support you. You think people support you? They don't. And he gives the great story of the provincial mother who was looking after a place, and she was saying, well, I don't feel supported here. You know, my superiors never come out and check on me. So, you know, I really don't feel supported. You know, I'm doing a lot of work here and I don't feel supported by my superiors. Whoever it was, Pope, Bishop, or I don't know what it was. It's his story. Go and read his book if you want to get the proper story. So, he says, okay, let's do a role play here. Okay, so I am your superiors, so I'm going to speak on behalf of your superiors. Now, the reason we don't come out here to you is because we know you have this place locked down. We know you're here, so we know everything's okay. We know you can deal with everything. We know you're really, really, really capable. So we have to go everywhere to check on people. But we know this is the one place that we don't have to check on you. Because you're that capable. And we have complete trust in that. These are my words, remembering Auntie Lemello's words that are probably all wrong. So we trust you. And so we know we never have to go out here. And now he says, how do you feel? Do you feel supported by your superiors? And she said, yes. Oh, yes, I really feel supported. I really feel supported now after hearing that. And he says, okay, let's continue with the role play. If you can go out of the room, I'll just talk to the other people. This is just part of the role play. So she left the room, and Auntie DeMello says to the other people in the room, the reason we never come out here is because she is the most novice director we've ever had, and this place is just terrible, and I just can't come out here because I can't stand to see how bad it's got. And if I correct her, she's just going to make the people she's working with suffer even more. So we're going to replace her in a few years. We're training somebody up. It's going to take a few years and we'll replace her. But until then, I got to give her some kind words so that she, isn't treating the people as bad. You're just going to treat the people around her worse if we tell her the truth. And he said, what do you think about that? The people in the room said, well, I guess it's all you can really do in the circumstance. So he asked the person, can you come back into the room? Now, how do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel supported still? And she was like, oh yeah, I really, really feel supported. But she didn't hear what Auntie DeMello said to the other people. And he's saying, you think they support you. They don't. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to... I think one thing that Jesus said was, the thing that I think maybe brought the Roman Empire down was because the emperor of Rome was God. And what Jesus was saying is, no, he's not God. He's not God. And we've got our own gods now. Anyone who you can't question, is God. So, for example, if you can't question the science, then science is God. So anyone that you can't question is God. So we've got our own gods today. But he was saying at that time the Roman emperor was God. You could not question him. He was God. But what Jesus was saying, no, he's not God. God's inside you. God, that feeling inside you when you begin to feel good, that's God. God is inside you, and God speaks to you directly inside you. You do not need to see what the Roman emperor is. He's not God. And for me, if you look at why the Roman Empire fell, there's a million reasons. They were putting too much money. They weren't paying their soldiers correctly. The corruption, all kinds of reasons. It was from the inside. It crumbled from the inside, whatever. But one concept that is possible as well is the belief that the emperor was God was holding the whole Roman Empire together. And when people started to understand that the emperor wasn't God, the Roman Empire started to crumble internally. It was a belief system. The whole thing was a belief system. So you could say in a way that Jesus brought down the Roman Empire just after he died. And so Anthony DeMello says, you think they support you, they don't. And they don't have to. You don't need them to support you. You don't need anyone to support you. You need the feeling of God inside you to support you. You need to be self-motivated. That's why I don't like the word empowered. Because empowered means you're powered. Some power, you're getting power from the outside. Whereas power, actual power, real power, is internal. It comes, and you don't have to use the word God. If you want to say Allah, if you want to say God, if you want to say whatever, if you want to say the universe, if you want to, I don't care what the word is, but you know that there's something creating the life force in you, and there's something inside you creating the life force in you. And I'm gonna just use the word God for that. You can call it whatever you want, but that's where the real power is, and that's where the real support is. And if you can connect to that and be powered from there, and to get your truth from there, you do not need anyone, the emperor or whoever else, to tell you what's true and what's not. You just know. You just feel this now. And I think that's what Auntie Lemello was talking about when he's saying, you do not need to be, you're not supported. You think they support you, they don't. You're not supported, and you don't need to be. You need to support, you need to love, you need to look after people, but you don't need to be supported. You're internally powered, and it comes from the source of all power, and that is inside you right now. Let's be down here. I just want to talk about Auntie Lemello's concept of, you think they support you, they don't.